Yeah. Up next is Jeffrey. Jeff.
Yeah. I apologize to the laptop. I'm a slave to technology. All right. So 3 poems for you guys tonight. All right. This first one's called As I Sat Alone in the Cafe, sort of apropos. As I sat alone in the cafe, my eyes glanced upwards to the door. As she strolled in, a woman clothed in storm, a darkness beneath her eyes and redness within. In a small, trembling hand, she clutched a yellow paper, gripping it as though it were the key to the world. Even as she took her seat, her mood seemed to grow darker. As she gazed down at that paper, dread grew in her eyes, betraying the fear that grew in her soul. With slow, delicate moves, she unfolded that paper, now crumpled into a ball, and with slow, delicate glances, she let her eyes travel upon its face. And in her face, a change began. The storm seemed to roll back, and the darkness faded away. A warmth stirred within her. With the parting of lips, she smiled to the world. She smiled to no one. She smiled to everyone, her eyes alight with joy. As she rose to leave, I felt in me a piece of that warmth, in the knowledge that someone did some good in the world today. All right, and this next one is called Old Man by the Side of the Road. It's a little bit not as happy. Get comfortable. Wrinkled hands clutched to a wrinkled chest. The pain had started again late last night. With tears in his eyes and sweat on his brow, he begged for one more moment in life. He cried in his heart that he could not yet go. There was too much left that had to be said, too much left that wasn't known, too much left that he had to show. Taking a wheezing breath, he pushed himself to his feet, finding them weaker than the day before. With unsteady steps and desperation in his mind, he staggered hopelessly down the road. He cried in his mind that it was not yet time, not while there were things left undone, things to be achieved, things to be saved. Raspy words fell upon cold, uncaring ears. Knowledge passed but never received. With rambled sentences and coarse cries in his throat, his words fell hopelessly into the wind. He soothed himself with tired words, believing his task at last to be done, at last to be free, at last to rest. That man by the side of the road, unheard, unseen, his dreams lost, his wisdom gone, he left the world in quiet peace. And because I like to leave things on up notes, this final one's a bit of a ballad I wrote called Immortal Soul. Back in 1953, he was known to all. He was the king of rock and roll. He was the Immortal Soul. Everyone from coast to coast used to heed his call and praised him in everything, praised that Immortal Soul. But then one night disco came and rock and roll did fall, and from the top of the Billboard charts fell poor Immortal Soul. Yet he was never one to give up hope and always one to stand tall. And so another album was released by dear Immortal Soul. The record manager screamed the hype and made many a call, for his return was a guaranteed hit for the Immortal Soul. Each and every artist came to play, every artist that they could recall. They came to play and help out a friend, dear old Immortal Soul. Yet truth be told, sales are weak, even at each little mall. And truth be told, the future was bleak for our Immortal Soul. Years went by and life grew harsh. He slept in a bathroom stall. It seemed no one cared or thought about the Immortal Soul. Yet then a manager came unto him in the midst of withdrawal. He had an idea for a wonderful thing, a plan for dear old Saul. Now he's set to make his return in his bling-bling shawl, jam the tunes and slam the chords. Damn, it's Pimp Daddy Paul.
Jeffrey Stanfield.